Alright, so as you can tell by the title, I'm finally doing a review on my Ninja 650 here. I'm doing this today because I'm meeting with a guy tomorrow who's possibly going to buy it. So I'm going to attempt to do a review on it today. The reason I say attempt is because if we come over here, this exhaust that the previous owner put on is extremely loud, like louder than a Harley, I think. So my ears are going to hurt by the end of this for sure, but it's whatever. Tuck these back in. But yeah, I'm meeting with a guy tomorrow morning as of right now who might be buying this, so I might not have it starting tomorrow. But here's a before picture of when I got it. That's what it looked like. I worked on it a little bit, tried to touch that up, changed all the fairings and stuff, the levers, put smoke to turn signals in, stuff like that. I did a little bit of a video like working on it, that process, which is going to be uploaded separately, but because it's pretty short, I didn't really focus on it too much. I didn't focus on it as much as I should have, but that'll be a separate video. When I wrote it, the video where I traded the Jigsaw for this, you could hear me, but that was in a parking lot, not really going that fast. This, I'm going to be actually on the road, so I hope you can still hear me. I'm not 100% sure. I'm probably going to try to talk a little bit louder in hopes that that works. But yeah, I'm going to do a little review. I'm just going to stick to back roads. That way, just because this thing is like a noise complaint in its own. It's extremely loud, like I said. I also don't really want anybody around me for multiple reasons. So I'm going to stick to back roads. I did just clean it like literally an hour ago. So it doesn't look too bad right now. But yeah, a little bit of transparency before I get moving. The only time I have rode this is from where I traded it to the storage unit, where I kept it and worked on it for a while. Then from the storage unit to my place. And then I just went and got gas. Literally right before I started recording, I just went and got gas. That way, I'm starting with a full tank, so you guys can get like an idea of the fuel consumption, which I'm sure is going to be pretty low because I'm not going to be going fast, so that you can hear me and stuff. Plus, I still have the stitches in my back. So I'll be surprised if it even goes down a bar. But I know it won't go down more than that, probably. But yeah, I'm going to stick to back roads. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to give my honest review. Like I said, I haven't rode this a whole lot. I haven't really taken it onto the road yet, except for just to get from point A to B. I haven't gone for an actual like ride with this yet. So this will be my first time, and I'm just going to give my opinion on it in a little review. So we'll get started. And I hope it's helpful. But yeah, you see how loud? I really hope you guys can still hear me. Otherwise, I'm going to record this whole video for nothing. But it backfires a ton. I'll give a little demonstration. Yeah, very loud. I can't even hear myself right now, so I really hope you guys can. I have the mic right in front of my mouth, hoping that it works. But I'm probably going to try to stay in a higher gear than I need to be in, just so it's a little bit quieter. Oh man, I don't know about this one. This is so loud. I'm not sure if the mic is going to do it justice, because in the trade video it didn't seem super loud. But this, it's pretty bad, sorry. I mean, it sounds good, but like, I think it's a bit much. In terms of seating, this is much more upright than a 600, so it's pretty comfortable. I'm going for it. Yeah, it's pretty comfortable because it's much more upright than a 600. It's more of a like touring style. What's nice about this is I not only have a fuel gauge, which I don't have on my R6, but I also have a gear indicator and a clock, which none of those are on my R6. So it's nice to have those. I do like the tachometer and the way it looks up here. It's a very nice, like, sharp display. Give you a better look. But yeah, it's a very comfortable bike. This would definitely be better for like long distance rides than an R6 would. And just for like reference, if you're unfamiliar with my channel, I currently own an R6. Like, that's my main bike. I also own this, obviously. But the R6 is my main bike, so I'm going to use that as like a comparison or a reference. It's also a different style. So like if you're looking to get into riding or like want a 600 and you're trying to decide which style, it's a good way to like compare a sportier bike with a more like touring style one. But yeah, it's definitely comfortable, and I really like the display. Like I said, I kind of wish I had a stock exhaust on. One, so you could hear me better, and two, so I could gauge that. But I mean, I think this sounds pretty good. It sounds a lot like my CBR did, but I never got any videos on that. I didn't have that a whole long time. These mirrors, that is also from the previous owner. He had those on. Not a fan of them. I definitely prefer the mirrors up here because they're out of the way. These ones are too small and my hands are up against them. So I'm not a fan of those. I don't recommend that. But some people prefer those for looks, or they don't want big mirrors up here. That's 100% your preference. So that all depends on what you like. Me personally, though, not a fan of these. But that has nothing to do with the bike itself. That's just whatever mirrors you choose. Handling on this is very good. In the trade video where I first picked that up, I'll probably link it down in the description if you haven't watched that. I complained about the turning and the way it handled. That was strictly because the tires on it were so bad that like it was very difficult to turn at a low speed, and it kind of fought you. Now that it has brand new tires on it, it goes very smoothly. No problems at all. You can kind of just flick it around, see? So it handles way better now. I'm having a hard time talking for some reason. But yeah, it's much better. It's crazy how much of a difference tires can make. But I mean, that also makes sense because that's the point of contact with the road. Let's see the acceleration in third gear. Much better than I expected. Much better than I expected, to be honest. Because as far as I know, 650s only top out at about like 130, 135. So I did not expect that much acceleration in third gear. But that was good. I'm impressed with that for sure. So you might not have a very high top speed, but you definitely have good acceleration. Which is really what's more important, because you need acceleration to get out of a certain situation or something like that. Acceleration's better than top speed in terms of that. So that's definitely a good thing. I do like that, like the crackling and stuff, the pops. I do like that. That's pretty cool. I wish they were a little like, I really don't know how to describe it. These are like a little too deep, in my opinion. Like sound more like a Harley or a dirt bike type. Whereas I wish it sounded more like my R6 does. But I do like how much it pops and stuff. It blinks orange up here when it's time to shift. So that's good. This would definitely be I think this would be a good beginner bike, because it's very upright and you've got power, but you don't have too much. I don't know. I haven't tried to like just gun it in first or second to see what happens. I definitely shouldn't right now, just because I don't want to pop my stitches out or anything. So I'm not going to be able to do that for you guys. But like, I mean, yeah, a lot of people say this is a beginner bike. I would say if you have like a little bit of experience on a bike, like you rode dirt bikes or something similar before, then this probably is okay for you. It's not going to be too much. I think, sorry. I think if you never rode before though, I would still stick to a 300 or 400 at least for like 2-3 months till you get a hang of it. Then you could step up. Obviously that's your choice. I just recommend for your own safety starting on something smaller just till you're comfortable. But yeah, I really like this bike. Definitely wouldn't be my preference. I prefer the sportier kind, like I said, with my R6 or the Gixxer 600 that I rode, had. I prefer the more like sporty style, more aggressive position. But like, I definitely, if it was between no bike or this, I would definitely take this, because although it's not my preference, I still like it. It's still a fun bike to ride on. Very comfortable. Very similar seating position to the Ninja 400, which I did a review on. It's very similar to that. See how it does on this turn here? Yeah, very easy. Very easy. And it's pretty fast, acceleration wise. I'll take this road where there's a longer straightaway with like no houses around, so I'm not going to blow anybody's eardrums out. And I'll see what kind of speed I can get, just to give you a little demonstration. And then I'll probably turn around, because if I keep going straight, I'm going to have to drive through town, and I don't want to take this through town because it's a narrow street between buildings. That's going to be way too loud. So I'm going to avoid town just because I don't want to make anybody mad. And I want you guys to be able to hear me. So that's why I'm in 4th right now. Well, I'm going to avoid like the main part of town. I'm going to be driving through a small town up here, but I'll stay pretty quiet. Not quiet, but you know what I mean. This is also for you men out there. Ladies, this doesn't apply to you, so if you want to skip this, you can. But my balls are not being crushed by the tank, which is nice. I'm not like sliding forward into the tank, which I always do on my R6, and it crushes the boys. Not happening with this tank, which is nice. Got a little bit of a gap there. So fellas, if you're concerned about your fellas, they should be good on this bike. On my R6, I hit them a good bit. I'm definitely going to lose my voice after this video because I don't talk very much outside of YouTube. So if I do a video where I talk a lot, like my rant about the car community, I start to lose my voice, and especially having to talk over this exhaust. But as long as I can get a good video out for you guys, I don't really care. I definitely think this would be a much more enjoyable ride if my eardrums weren't getting destroyed right now, along with all the hearing loss that's going to come from it. So like, if you have a different exhaust on here, like with a muffler of some sort, it's definitely going to be better and more of a pleasant experience. But besides the noise and hearing loss, it's definitely fun. I enjoy it. It's very smooth, easy handling, except for on that track. I'll speed up a little bit here. Not too bad. It would definitely be, I think it would definitely be more difficult to like really lean into a turn, like almost knee drag on a bike like this kind of style. I'm sure it's possible. Like, if you're a better rider than me, I'm sure you could easily do it. I just think it would be a little bit harder than on the more sportier ones. All right, I'm gonna turn around up here. Like I explained. That Charger sitting there kind of looks like a cop. All right. I'll do a little acceleration up here. So that was light effort. I only had it twisted like halfway until the very end, then I fully twisted it, but pretty good. Much better than I expected, to be honest. I just automatically assumed that with the low top speed, it was going to have slower acceleration, but it's definitely better than I thought. So I'll definitely give credit for that. I mean, I'm sure I could still kind of gap it on my R6, but it'll do much better than I expected it to. In terms of like the looks of the bike, I think it's a good looking bike. I think I like the I guess like the sharpness of it, parts where it comes like a point and stuff. I think it looks really good. So I definitely think it's a good looking bike, which I'm not sure if I already used those exact words or not. But yes, I do enjoy the looks. Like I said, still not my preference for a bike. I prefer a ZX6R over a 650, but it's definitely not a bad looking one at all. This bike also has hazard lights, which is always a good thing. I know not all bikes have them. I think they're starting to become more common on bikes. Like more and more are having them, but my R6 doesn't. It's also much older. My R6 is an 05, whereas this is a 2018, so 13-year difference. I would hope there's hazards on it. I definitely do want to get a newer R6, but it's just not really doable right now in my current situation. One thing I've noticed about this upright seating position, and this bike specifically, but I think it also has to do with the seating position, you feel the road much less. So like on a sportier bike where you're more lean forward, bumps like this, where you hit that, you're gonna feel it a lot because most of your weight's on your arms. But when you're kind of sitting back like this and you can just kind of, take all the weight off, you feel it a lot less. Yeah, you still know when you hit bumps and stuff, but it's much less of a jolt than on a sport bike. Like on my R6, I'll hit little bumps and they might throw me off a good bit, but on this you just kind of bounce right over them, which is a good thing. It looks like it even has the range up here of how far I have to go, which is nice. It says I have 191 miles. Which for a small tank, like 2 gallons or something like that, that's very good. Like 2 or 3, I'm not sure exactly. This seat is also pretty comfortable. I haven't mentioned that yet, but it's nice and padded. I have no ass, mine's very flat, so my butt hurts very quickly from sitting. Like if I sit in the car for too long, it starts to hurt a lot because there's just no padding there. This seat though, it's nice. Alright, I am just about back to my house. Still showing a full tank, which is good. I rode for about 40 minutes, I think. Yeah, I'm coming up on about 40 minutes, and it hasn't even gone down a bar, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up here, unless something else happens later on. But that is my review of the Ninja 650. Overall, definitely like it. I think it's a good bike. Like I I said, I don't prefer 650s or anything like that, but definitely a good bike. So nothing against them at all. No complaints about this one. Like, about this bike. This one specifically, yeah, it's too loud. But this bike itself, the 650, no, I like it. I think it's a good bike. If you have, I think you might want a tiny bit of bike experience before you start on a 650, but if you have none, it would definitely be better to start on this than a 600. So it wouldn't be a horrible beginner bike at all. But yeah, overall, I like it. I think it's a good bike. I hope this review was helpful for you. I hope it answered any questions you might have about the bike. If you do have more and I didn't answer them, feel free to comment it and I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. Whatever that question might be. But yeah, like I said, I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you'd like, subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.